So last time I left you with a line to think about, or rather to get curious about this episode. And you may have guessed it already, it's never meant to be. But before any of that, let's backtrack a little so we get a little bit more context of the song, which we're about to explain that line anyway. So Never Meant to Be is a song that I wrote sometime after Don't Love Me and before Can I Stay? And because it's quite a cliche topic as well, I didn't want to write a typical love song that's really predictable. Instead, I went down the descriptive route and really paint a clear picture of what it actually looks like and feels like to experience Never Meant to Be. So how can we do it? Well, let's first unpack what Never Meant to Be actually means a little. So in my interpretation, when something is not meant to be, no matter what you do or how much effort you put into it, nothing is ever going to work out, right? So when you think about it, Never Meant to Be is actually just a revelation. I know, stay with me. So the concept of never meant to be only come into existence upon your realization. Something is not meant to be only when you realize it. So it's a point in time and it's a stage as well. Therefore, what comes before that then? Infatuation or delusion. It's when you get so obsessed with something that you start to feel like it actually meant to be. And you start fantasizing about it. It's the stage where you wonder whether it's your feelings or just dopamine. Not that I experience that often, but I'm sure you can relate to it one way or another. So once you recognize the pattern of reality and fantasies misaligning, that's when the realization kicks in. It's when you go, it's not meant to be. So with that conceptual idea, I base this song, the story of this song, on a one-sided love, for better or for worse. And throughout the whole song, I'm basically saying that it's not meant to be when you realize that you're putting your effort into the wrong person, in the wrong place. That message gets very clear in the chorus and the bridge section of the song as well. Sunset comes around before I break down into those lonely ways, chasing after the haze. Winter comes around for me to be found, running to a mirror of you, walking towards me. I guess we never meant to be. So there are two images that we're essentially looking at here. Firstly, we got sunset comes around before I break down into those lonely ways, chasing after the haze. So we're at the beach. We're at the beach looking for the haze during sunset. Something doesn't sound right? When does it get hazy at the beach? Early morning, before the sunrise. And we're looking for it during sunsets. So already we're having a timing misalignment. And even if it's the right timing, like early morning, the waves cannot touch the haze anyway. So essentially it's wrong person, wrong timing. Now here comes the punchline we're all waiting for. Winter comes around for me to be found, running to a mirror of you, walking towards me. I guess we never meant to be. So first, I use winter here to refer to the fact that it's been through the whole year, through 4 seasons already. It's winter now, and I'm still stuck at this here. Now here comes the interesting bit. Imagine there's a mirror in front of you, but you don't see your reflection in it. What you see, however, is the reflection of the person you're supposedly chasing walking towards you. So in reality, they're walking towards you from behind, but because you don't see that, what you see is their reflection in front of you. So in your mind, you're thinking, they're walking towards you from in front of you, and obviously because you're chasing that person, supposedly, you're trying to get closer to them as quickly as possible, so you start running. And ironically, what you're doing is trying to get even further away from them, because you two are essentially on 2 different paces. And once again, because you don't see your reflection, you have no idea that you are looking at a mirror, so you have no idea whether you're seeing their reflection or them. So you're getting further away from them by trying to get closer to them. That's what I think truly never meant to be is. Even if things were gonna work out like what I just told you, you would always be subconsciously stopping it from happening by trying to actually make it happen. The way the song ends is also a perfect response to that whole dynamic as well, which goes like, I wonder how the clock is floating around, I wonder how the rain keeps on pouring down, yet I still haven't figured this out. What am I supposed to do now to get to you? So the answer is right in front of our face this whole time. Once we recognize our reflection and the fact that we're staring at the mirror, it's obvious what we need to do. Simply turn around. And unfortunately, we always look past that and trying to find the answer in somewhere else, but within ourselves. And yeah, after all, we're the one that brings disappointment to ourselves while trying to ironically avoid it, which is the overarching theme of the first half of the album as well, disappointment. And in the next episode, I'll show you that exact disappointment in a different form in another track in the album called Clouds Are Not Real. Until then, see ya.